At First United Methodist Church of Pasadena, 2015 began with a plane suspended from the sanctuary ceiling. A replica of the Wright brothers' first successful flying machine, the model gave visual testimony to what can happen when people dream, plan, act, evaluate, and dream again. This year, the congregation engaged in strategic visioning, daring to dream about how God is enlivening our faith community and calling us to deeper discipleship and inspired service. We rejoice in a renewed spirit in the Sunday morning worship celebration and give thanks that our regular attendance has grown by 10% in 1 year. Each Sunday, we welcome 10 to 15 guests, and they are staying. We give thanks to God for 3 adult, 1 youth, and 2 infant baptisms so far this year. Our church has grown with 31 new members, 13 by profession of faith. On Easter Sunday, we offered a new sunrise service at Eaton Canyon Park, and the worship celebration at the church drew more than 600 people, the largest Easter service in many years. Last spring, we began live streaming the worship service on the internet. We have heard many stories about how important this ministry is, from people who are in the hospital, members that are traveling, college students who are away from home, and even U.S. military service personnel. We activated our Colorado Boulevard patio since our last Charge conference, adding more events on this public space. First came Christmas on the Bleachers, an informal and spirit-filled gathering at 8 p.m. on Christmas Eve. Over half of those attending were just walking by and were excited to be able to join in a time of worship, enjoying hot chocolate, carols, and a participatory Christmas story. At Mardi Gras Pasadena style, more than 20 people walking by the church joined us for crafts, dinner, and the burying of the Alleluia in preparation for Lent. In September, the Rally Day celebration drew more than 270 people to worship, and over 150 of them stayed for feasting and fellowship in front of the sanctuary. Worship is not the only place in which God's Spirit is enlivening the congregation. We are moving out in mission and community engagement as well. First UMC expanded its support and partnership with Friends Indeed by developing a new program, Norma's Nook, which offers clothing and support to those recovering from homelessness or incarceration seeking to return to the job market. Members also supported the Mayor's Prayer Breakfast in May, again in collaboration with Friends Indeed. Our Tuesday social service ministry has seen an increase of almost 15% in the number of our neighbors who need food and other services. Besides the regular support with food, bus tokens, and referrals, our servant workers helped register over 80 of our neighbors for health care, and we plan to host our first free legal clinic for our neighbors next week. After many years of supporting the Adopt a Child Abuse Caseworker program, First UMC has joined with the Department of Child and Family Services and All Saints Episcopal Church as the site for a new Family Connect Center. This unique program pairs foster children and their parents with volunteer coach mentors to supervise the court-ordered visitations. Members of First UMC have been extensively trained to come alongside families in the hope that they can be restored to loving and life-affirming relationships. We will also begin to partner with DCFS to host a monthly teen center for foster youth in November. In early September, we went global by helping people in Muleji, Mulungwishi in the Democratic Republic of the Congo to complete the first building of a new Methodist high school. Inspired by our own Deb Shepherd, who spent 3 months in Mulungwishi as a volunteer in mission, members rapidly and generously responded. Needing $14,000 to complete the building before the November monsoons began, our congregation committed to raise $7,000 toward that goal, which we did in just 10 days. But when no other source of funding came through, we extended our time frame for giving. Through the power of the Spirit, we raised an additional $7,000 in another week. Now that we have helped build a school in the Congo, we must make sure its students live long enough to get an education by eliminating malaria. We remain committed to our goal of raising $25,000 for Imagine No Malaria. Having given over $13,000 to date, we will complete our commitment in early 2016. Daring to dream, growing in discipleship, and trusting in God, First United Methodist Church is taking flight as the Spirit lifts us to new heights of faith and service. God is doing a new thing among us.